presenting is Mother Doesn't Want a Dog by Judith Voss. The reason I chose this poem is because someday I want a dog and it connects to a design principle of diversity and inclusion. Please enjoy.
My only not nervous kiddo today. Knocked our socks off, Betty.
Hello, my name is Herbert. I am a first grader in the pop group. The poem presenting is Mother Doesn't Want a Dog by Judith Voss. The reason I chose this poem is because someday I want a dog and it connects to the side principle of diversity and inclusion. Please enjoy. Mother doesn't want a dog. Mother says a spell and never sit when you say sit, even when you yell. And when you come home late at night and there's ice and snow, have to go back out because the dumb dog has to go. Mother doesn't want a dog. Mother says a shadow and lays at strangers in a bark at friends instead. And do these space surfing on legs and track them on the floor. And hop on your bed and do the doggy snores. Mother doesn't want a dog. Mother's making a mistake. Because more than a dog, she will not want this snake.
Shakespeare wrote tragedies that were very sad, but in every tragedy he added a little comic relief. People that came to watch the plays needed something funny. In the play Hamlet, the gravediggers, jesters, or clowns were the comic relief. Hello, my name is Gracie. I'm in 7th grade Explorers Crew. This year's expedition was about Shakespeare. We watched the movie Hamlet, and the character I chose was the gravedigger. I chose him because he reminds me of myself. Please enjoy. I know I am a commoner, a peasant. I may be rude and dirty and toil for my living, but I'm a good gravedigger. I have great wit and humor to get the better of my superiors. I may be the smartest one in Hamlet. In fact, I feel I have perception. I'm even more clever than Hamlet. I feel I'm even logical to myself. I feel an important point in the play. Sadness and death comes before I appear. And then the play ends very quickly with sadness, bloody murder, and death. I'm like a shadow of death to come. I'm so smart about religion, death. Just ask me. Religion? I can't bury someone right next to the church because they killed themselves. But here I am, digging up bones right next to the church to be the one burying Ophelia. If she jumped, she killed herself. But I'm certain the water jumped on her. That's why I'm burying her in the graveyard. Really, it makes no sense to me. Really. The literal graveness of this situation subsides to my humor. The rich can get away with anything. Death is simply a day's work for me. The house that I build will last for a lifetime. I feel I'm simply here to help you understand the play a little better and to look at death all subjectively, or at least by my personal beliefs. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Brielle, and I'm an 8th grader in the Adventurers crew. Our expedition this year was on Shakespeare, and we watched the movie Hamlet. We were tasked to make a soliloquy on one of the characters, and the character I chose was Laertes. I chose him because he played a big role in Hamlet's death, and I wanted to imagine the mindset and reasoning of someone who had done that. Enjoy. I'm foolish. I'm ashamed and unhonorable. My actions being nearly laughable. The rage and anger blinding through my sorrow. Me, believing that Hamlet caused my pain, that forgiveness would be his blood. With the king's help, he'd be poisoned. The king's mind to be brilliant, I once thought. But it's different now. The queen took the poison first. The poison created for Hamlet, now not his. The poison he was to die too. But no, the queen stole his place. Now she's dead, I being at fault. Murder felt unreal when for revenge. I thought myself a hero for this plot, but now I realize what I wanted to do was evil. Ophelia, Gertrude, innocents killed. Am I any better than him? Revenge twisted my troubled heart. I now suffer the punishment for foolishness. Irony at its finest. Death to poison my mind. And hurting truly, sizzling at my veins. Guilt itself gripping my chest with iron. I've admitted to foolish mistakes, and I forgive Hamlet. But where is the forgiveness for this foolish man?
Oh, there's Harvey.
And third place for 7th and 8th grade is Grace.
Hello, my name is Kelsey Dudgeon, and I'm a 3rd grader in the Lusk group. The poem I will be sharing with you today is titled Don't Quit. It was written by Edgar Albert Guest, ChatGPT, and my dad, John Dudgeon. It goes along with the design principle, success and failure, because to be successful, you cannot give up. Thank you for listening to my poem. I hope you enjoy. When things go wrong, as they sometimes will, when the road you're trudging seems all uphill, when the funds are low and the debts are high, and you want to smile, but you have to sigh, when care is pressing you down a bit, rest if you must, but don't you quit. Life is strange with its twists and turns, as every one of us sometimes learns, and many a fellow turns about when he might have won had he stuck it out. Don't give up, though the pace seems slow. You may succeed with another blow. Often the goal is nearer than it seems to a faint and faltering youth. Often the struggler has given up, when he might have captured the victor's cup. And he learned too late, when the night came down, how close he was to the golden crown. In shadows deep, where all hope seems lost, and life's tempest bear a heavy cost. Hold fast the flame that flickers within, for strength is up, beneath the thinner skin. Never surrender to the darkest night. Let perseverance be your guiding light. Success is failure, turned inside out. The silver tint of the clouds of doubt. And you never can tell how close you are. It may be near when it seems afar. So stick to the fight when your heart is hit. It's when things seem worse that you mustn't quit. Thank you. Hello, my name is Hoshimi. I'm a kindergarten learning slave. The poem that I'll be presenting today is called A Question About Hate. The design principle that goes with my poem is exclamation mark. When do penguins change their clothes? There were some others, I suppose. Can it be that for ocean my brother clothes I can't be missed? Gather your consents of black and white. Here's the expression. From the studios, it's sit on the floor. To your sadistic, fallacious mood. It would make me feel much better if I knew age so a slave.
Hello. What if I were to ask you what makes a friend heroic? You might think of someone running into a burning building or saving you from meeting a snake. But not in Hamlet. It might not be as jazzy, but it is heroic to be the only character in William Shakespeare's longest play, The Tragedy of Hamlet, to be described as utterly dependable and uncontaminated in greed. I'm not gonna lie. It was all tragedy and all drama. Oh, the drama in 29,551 words. But Horatio stands out because he is loyal, steadfast, and a devoted friend. And everyone else is scheming and terrible. He has no ill intentions throughout the entire play, which made him of interest to me. Hi, I am Sienna Swan. I am in 8th grade in the Voyager crew. Please enjoy my soliloquy based on Horatio's heroic place in history. For the creative license, I chose to give Horatio a happy ending. Because if you're the stand-up guy in the entire play, you deserve for it to end in rainbows and sprinkles. Please enjoy. And now, I am feeling lost and so confused. Before this all transpired, I couldn't guess. I thought some people had clearly lost their minds when they began to speak of seeing a ghost. I didn't know how real this would all be. In fear, I saw that all I heard was true. The ghost of Hamlet's father spoke no words. I had no desire to break the news, but Hamlet's knowledge was the only way to find out what secrets the specter bore. The moment I told Hamlet what we saw, he swore he must see the same that night. In fright, I wait back, while he alone discovers the deception of the crown. That king by brother poisoned was the state. I didn't know how to feel. I didn't know who to trust. I didn't know if anyone knew what Claudius did, but I still feel betrayed. After Hamlet came up with a crazy plan, I didn't know how to feel about his plan. I had a bad feeling about Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. They kept talking to the king. When I found out Hamlet was sent back to England, I knew something was up at this point. I was sad as I made my way to the funeral. Hamlet pulls me aside and tells me everything. And as I tell him of Ophelia's death, the sorrow I felt was not contained. Of Ophelia's death, he had no clue. I watched as his face fell with sadness. I heard people coming. My heart was racing. I was so scared we were going to get caught. I thought everyone had lost their minds. The minute those words came out of his mouth, I knew Claudius had something bigger planned. I just kept saying that there was another way, and that something was wrong, and that there was another way. But Hamlet wouldn't listen to me. I was in shock. Laertes' sword wasn't old and cut his neck. We found out it was poisoned by the king. Hamlet kills Claudius and then slowly dies, in my arms, not letting me die with him. We are at the end, and everyone has died, but I have to stay alive and tell the true story. I stay alive and go around to the different countries to tell the true story of Denmark. I moved away to England to start a new life, not quite ever escaping the horrors of Denmark. I found a beautiful woman who I'm now happily married to, with a little boy named Hamlet. Thank you.
Boy, and I'm a fourth grader in the Renton Crew. Today, the
Please enjoy. My doggy ate my homework. He chewed it up, I said. But when I offered my excuse, my teacher shook her head. Sus wasn't going well. I didn't want to fail. Before she had a chance to talk, I added to the tale. Before he ate, he took my work and tossed it in a pot. He simmered it with succotash until it was piping hot. He scrambled up my science notes with eggs and bacon strips, along with sauteed spelling and baked potato chips. He then took my arithmetic and had it gently fried. He brought both my reports with pickles on the side. He wore a doggy apron as he cooked a notebook stew. He barked when I objected. There was nothing I could do. Did he wear a doggy chef hat? My teacher asked with a scowl. He did, I said, and taking my phone to make him growl. My teacher frowned, but then I said as quickly as I could. He covered it with ketchup and said it tasted good. A talking dog who likes to cook, my teacher had a fit. He sent me to the office, and that is where I sit. I guess I made a big mistake in telling her all that, because I don't have a doggy. It was eaten by my cat.
Hi, my name is Emily Blue. I'm a third grader in the music group. Poem I will be sharing with you today is called Curiosity by Mariah Hall. This poem goes with the design principle to having wonderful ideas because curiosity helps people learn new things and experience the world around them. Please listen to hear more about how curiosity can give you a wonderful idea. Curiosity is a spark in the earth, a flame that burns both bright and hot. A force that drives young and old, and hunger that cannot be bought or sold. It's what propels the child to learn, seek out knowledge, and hear. To ask the questions no one can. Grasp the mysteries of man. With open minds and open hearts, they venture out to all the parts of the world. Both near and far, to find out who and what we are. They're not content to what they're told or with the stories that are told. For they know there's always more. They never end up until they ask, until they seek. With every answer, new questions lead. And in the end, they'll come to find the beauty in the curious mind. For it's through curiosity that we grow and come to see what we don't know, what we discover, what's hidden deep, and find the secrets that we seek. So let the child within you thrive and keep the spark of curiosity alive. For in the end, it's what will lead to all the wonders that we need. Thank you for listening to my poem about curiosity. I hope this encourages you to go out and learn new things. Thank you. Hello, my name is Sarah Michael Collins. I'm in kindergarten. Is a question about penguins. The reason I chose this poem is because it goes along with our solution and our design principle. Hope you enjoy. When do penguins change their look and look at others? I suppose. Can it be they're always rest and articles that can't be missed? Gathered in suits, in black and white, perfect for some formal night. When they expect a king or queen to grace the distant glacial scene, it'll make me feel so much better if I knew that each on his sweater. Hello, my name is Annabelle Collins. I am a second grader in the fight crew. The poem I am presenting today is called Bees, written by me, Annabelle. The reason I chose this poem is because our expedition is pollinators and I am the bee group. Please enjoy. Bees, they help us grow, pollinating flowers as they go. Some things are mean when they sting, but did you know that all those fruits and veggies we eat only grow because bees are decided to show? Give them space, give them room. Bees know where it's going once. Extinction would not be me. We need those bees to keep their bee. So next time you're on a walk with me, I'd love to show you what bees cannot be. Thank you. Hello, my name is Mia Jolie from Cum. I am a second grader in the park group. The poem I will be presenting to you today is an excerpt of The Last, written by Dr. Seuss. The reason I chose this poem is because it goes along with the design principle of the natural world, and I like the idea of saving nature. I hope you enjoy. The instant I finished, I heard a thump. I looked. I saw something come out of the stuff I had checked out. I'm sort of a man.
Mister, he said, Mrs. Sawdust, you see that too. I'm the last. I speak for the trees. I speak for the trees have no tongues. And I am asking you, sir, at the top of my lungs. He was very upset as he shouted and puffed. What's that thing you made out of my truffle tuft? Look, Larynx, I said, there's no cause for alarm. I chopped just one tree. I'm doing no harm. I'm being quite useful. This thing is neat. It needs to find something that all people need. It's a shirt, it's a sock, it's a glove, it's a hat. But it has uses. Yes, far beyond that. You can use it for carpets, for pillows, for sheets, or curtains, or covers, for bicycle seats. Sir, you are crazy with greed. There's no one on earth who would buy that full of need. But the very next minute, I proved he was wrong. Or just at that minute, a chap came along. He thought the sneed I had knitted was great, and he happily bought it for $3.98. I laughed at Larynx. Ha! You poor stupid guy. You never can tell what some people look by. I repeat, cried the Larynx, I speak for the trees.
Hi, my name is Julia. I'm a second grader in the grade 2, and today I would like to present a poem called Dust If You Must by Rose Miller. I chose this poem because it goes with the design principle of solitude and reflection. Sometimes we get our priorities mixed up in this crazy world of ours. And this poem is to help you remember what really matters in this. Please enjoy. Dust if you must. But wouldn't it be better to paint a picture or write a letter, bake a cake, plant a seed? What are the differences between want and need? Dust if you must, but there's not much time with rivers to swim and mountains to climb. Music to hear, books to read, friends to cherish, and life to lead. Dust if you must, but the world's out there with the sun in your eyes and the wind in your hair. A flutter of snow, a shower of rain. This day will not come around again. Dust if you must, but bear in mind, old age will come, and it's not always kind. And when you go, you must, you yourself will make more dust.
Aloha, fellow travelers. Have you been to Hawaii before? No? Well, you're in luck. Your trusty travel guru, Layla Hopefelt, from the 5th grade travel agency of Mrs. Swan's class has. We're going to see turtles and chickens. Yes, real chickens. We're going to go surfing and scuba diving and bodyboarding. Oh, but first, on the important subject of empathy and caring, here's an important travel agent advisory by Valerie Cox about the cookie bee. Put your seat backs and tray tables in their upright and locked positions. Sit back, relax, and enjoy your flight. A woman was waiting at the airport one night with several long hours before her flight. She hunted for a book in the airport shop, bought a bag of cookies, and found a place to drop. She was engrossed in her book, but happened to see that the man beside her, as bold as could be, grabbed a cookie or two from the bag between, which she tried to ignore to avoid a scene. She read, munched cookies, and watched the clock as the gutsy cookie thief diminished her stalk. She was getting more irritated as the minutes ticked by, thinking, if I wasn't so nice, I'd blacken his eye. With each cookie she took, he took one too. When only one was left, she wondered what he'd do. With a smile on his face and a nervous laugh, he took the last cookie and broke it in half. He offered her half, and he ate the other. She snatched it from him and thought, oh, brother. This guy has some nerve, and he's also so rude. Why, he didn't even show any gratitude. She had never known when she had been so galled, and sighed with relief when her flight was called. She gathered her belongings and headed for the gate, refusing to look at the thieving ingrate. She boarded the plane and sank in her seat, then sought her book, which was almost complete. She reached in her baggage and gasped with surprise. There were her bag of cookies in front of her eyes. If mine are here, she moaned in despair, then the others were his and he tried to share. Too late to apologize, she realized with grief that she was the rude one, then great, the thief. Thank you.
Hello. Now you're probably wondering, what kind of a speech am I going to tell? Well, let me tell you, this is not a speech I ever thought I would give. My name is Michaela, and I'm a 7th grade Voyager. And we did an expedition on Shakespeare, and we watched a tragedy called Hamlet. Now, if you watch this, it might not make any sense, but you will feel many emotions. I chose to do a speech on Hamlet's mother, Gertrude, because during this time, she went through so many different emotions that I would have ran away from all madness. But she stayed, and that saved her son. So I hope you enjoy this piece I've written. Oh, I am overwhelmed by grief. And yet I wasn't able to say anything that showed my sorrow for my dear husband, or the marriage that I played a part in. And now, my son has a hole in his chest that forced him into the chair that he rested in. You can see the pain that he had on his face, as though it hurt him, but not enough to scream. My son, with those dark clouds hanging over him, left only to grow bigger as all the days passed. I wanted to forget and just be queen, and help dear Hamlet see this through my eyes. All I could do was not a choice for me. I feel my own weight pressing down on me. I feel like I will break at any moment. But I must stay strong for all my people. Just pace the floor, waiting for something, for someone to tell him what to do next, so he could let his father rest in peace. And I know what those feelings be like. My son, he thought he'd be the best way to help his father rest easy in peace. He just wanted to avenge his father. And those words, they broke my heart more than an axe. I would break and crush himself flat. I wanted to take away all that weight, so much so that he went insane for it. But he quickly realized what this has done, that it has made his pain worse. So he left it, so he could find happiness through it all. Like when a flower sinks back into the earth for the warmth of the dirt when winter comes. I try to go on life with a smile, but I will always remember my son, my servants, my family, and my husband, the King of Denmark, who lives on in my heart. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Katie Goodman, and I'm a 2nd grader in the Catholic Crew. The poem I'll be presenting today is All My Good Excuses, written by Karen Nesbitt. The reason I chose this poem is because it's funny and cute like me. It's about someone who makes some excuses to not do their homework. I think we've all done this once or twice. It follows the design principle of responsibility for learning and teaches us to focus on what's important. Please enjoy. I started on my homework, but my pen ran out of ink. My hamster ate my homework. The computer's on the blink. I accidentally dropped it in the soup my grandma was cooking. My brother flushed it down the toilet when I wasn't looking. My mother ran my homework through the washer and the dryer. An airplane crashed into our house. My homework caught on fire. Tornadoes blew my notes away. Volcanoes struck our town. My notes were taken hostage by an evil killer clown. Some aliens abducted me. I had a shark attack. A pirate swept my homework and refused to give it back. I worked on these excuses so darn long. teacher said, I think you'll find it easier to do the work instead. Thank you.
Odd Matter, Why It Oughta Matter to You by Riker Roberts. Hi, my name is Riker Roberts, and I'm a 6th grader in Mrs. Swan's crew. I am also a STEM Chief Science Officer at Pocatello Community Charter School. STEM stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math. My speech today will be primarily focusing on our school's design principle of the natural world. And of course, by the natural world, I mean the universe and odd matter. Odd matter, also called strange matter, is a form of quark, and as we all know, a quark is what makes up the elements of atoms. A good way to think about a quark is that they're the building blocks of the building blocks, not the building blocks of the universe. And quarks get their beginnings in a small little star called a neutron star. When stars die, i.e. go supernova, they often become black holes, where the gravity of their compact mass wins. However, some of these stars have grit, and as they begin to collapse in on themselves, the outward force of their energy is stronger than their gravitational force, and a neutron star is born. And in the very simplified, trust me, I'm from the government, explanation, neutron stars produce unknown quarks, including the odd ones. Now that we're all experts on neutron stars, I can speak on the whole quark thing. As I mentioned earlier, a quark is a small piece of matter which makes up the portions of atoms, which ultimately makes up us and everything around us. There are many different types of quarks, each with their own unique properties. Theoretically speaking, we don't believe that quarks can survive on their own outside the neutron star environment. So for one kind of quark, you guessed it, the odd quark, or odd matter. Scientists who study this area hypothesize that there are two likely outcomes to odd matter escaping the confines of its neutron star. The first is that due to its odd characteristics, everything it comes in contact with will be converted into odd matter itself, ultimately leading to the destruction of the universe. The second is that it will allow us to unlock the mysteries of the universe, its origins, and its expansion. Both of these are theoretical in nature, but whether we get consumed or learn the origins of the universe, I say that odd matter oughta matter to you. Thank you for listening.
Shakespeare wrote tragedies that were very sad, but in every tragedy, he added a little comic relief. People that came to watch the plays needed something funny. In the play Hamlet, the gravediggers, jesters, or clowns were the comic relief. Hello, my name is Gracie. I'm in 7th grade Explorers crew. Our expedition this year was about Shakespeare. We watched the movie Hamlet, and the character I chose was the gravedigger. I chose him because he reminds me of myself. Please enjoy. I know I am a commoner, a peasant. I may be rude and dirty, and toil for my living, but I'm a good gravedigger. I have great wit and humor to get the better of my superiors. I may be the smartest one in Hamlet. In fact, I feel I have perception. I'm even more clever than Hamlet. I'm even logical to myself. I feel I'm an important point in the play. Sadness and death come before I appear. And then the play ends very quickly with sadness, bloody murder, and death. I'm like a shadow of death to come. I'm so smart about religion, death, just ask me. Religion? I can't bury someone right next to the church because they killed themselves. But here I am, digging up old bones right next to the church to be the one burying Ophelia. If she jumped, she killed herself. But I'm certain the water jumped on her. Really, it makes no sense to me. Really. The literal graveness of this situation subsides to my humor. The rich can get away with anything. Death is simply a day's work for me. The house that I build will last for a lifetime. I feel I'm simply here to help you understand the play a little better and to look at death all subjectively, or at least by my personal beliefs. Thank you.
Imagine, how would you feel
if you thought you were in love, just to find out the man in your dreams was going crazy? How about if you thought you were in love, found out they were going crazy, then they kill your father? That would hurt so much. Well, that's how Ophelia felt in the tragedy of Hamlet. This eventually led her to go crazy and her own death. I chose to write my soliloquy from the perspective of Ophelia because she made a huge impact and doesn't get the credit she deserves. During my speech, I want you to connect with Ophelia, but hopefully not too much because it's devastatingly sad. I'm Mae Rollins, an 8th grade Voyager, but now I'm Ophelia. There's so many thoughts running through my head. Confusion plagues me as I try to understand. Yet, I am calm and relaxed. My whole world seems to slowly collapse. Oddly, I feel happier than before. He killed my father. I still can't believe it. Does he want me to be as depressed as he is? His father died in his sleep. He's lucky. I thought he loved me. How could he do this? I feel guilty. I don't know why. All of a sudden, I'm scared. I want to leave. Take my mind off of life. Just die. All over, I get a heavy feeling. I'm mad at Hamlet. For a good reason. Does he even realize what he's done to me? I'm distraught. He no longer cares. Yet my love for him still thrives. He has done the worst thing possible. I want him to leave, but also to stay. He has caused so much sorrow and sadness. Hamlet invites me to a play. It's odd. It describes the murder of a king in his sleep. I wonder if this is really a play. It confuses me. It's so random. Did Hamlet make this whole thing up? The prince worries me for many reasons. Laertes does not like Hamlet. Oft I think this is all my fault. Hamlet's sudden trip to England makes me suspicious. I'm anxious to see him again. I wonder if he will return. I hope he returns. If not, what will I do? Why is everything going wrong? I don't deserve what's happening to me. There's so much confusion and sadness. I don't want to be here anymore. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Scout Jackman. I'm a first grader in the Griggs Crew. The poem I'm presenting is called Fly, Fly, Butterfly, written by Scout Jackman. I chose this poem because I like the rhymes. And I wrote it. I wrote it because it's about my favorite pollinator, the monarch butterfly. Please enjoy it. Fly, fly, butterfly, the wind's about to blow. Fly, fly, butterfly, fly to Mexico. Fly, fly, butterfly, your wings will surely show. Fly, fly, butterfly, from Idaho to Mexico. Fly, fly, butterfly, your wings are orange and black. Fly, fly, butterfly, we will come back from Mexico to Idaho. Fly, fly, butterfly. You're flying in the wind. I fly, wait, no. Yeah. Fly, fly, butterfly. Catch up with your friends. Fly, fly, butterfly. Yeah, don't let anybody touch you. Just do it. It's so important what I said to you. Fly, fly, butterfly. You'll come back and fly, fly, butterfly. I knew I would miss you. Fly, fly, butterfly, but you'll come back again. Fly, fly, butterfly. You are okay now. Fly, fly, butterfly. You made a trip. Wow.
Have you ever wondered what space is like? Well, in this poem, an 11-year-old boy dreams of being an astronaut in the most amazing ways. This goes along with our design principle, the having of wonderful ideas, because he imagines all sorts of incredible things, like what creatures live in space, is the Milky Way actually edible, do Saturn's rings fit on a finger, is the moon made out of Swiss cheese, and so much more. Hello, my name is Sophia Whaley Manska, and I am a 5th grader in the Swan Crew. Today I will be telling you my poem called I Want to Be an Astronaut by Ona Musta. I hope this poem encourages you to practice having wonderful ideas. I hope you enjoy. Hey Mom, I've decided what I want to be when I grow up. I want to be an astronaut so I can fly with the rocket at super high speeds. Vroom, vroom. I guess I should think of what I want to take in my luggage. Chocolate cereals. Those are good. Oat cereals. Those are good. And also healthy. Dog food. This sword, a camera, of course. A knife, a food container, sunscreen, and a bottle. I think that's about it. Well, I've eaten cereal with all kinds of milk, except milk from the Milky Way. I think it's cosmically good. And that's what the bottle's for, to bring you some for your coffee. After I have breakfast, I'll go feed the puppies from Canis Major and Canis Minor. They're probably starving since no one feeds them. Then, I'll go and explore space. I can't wait to see all those flying space rocks. And the zoo in the sky, I know it has all sorts of interesting creatures. Like the bears from Ursa Minor and Major, the winged horse from Pegasus, and the lion from Leo. I heard there's even a phoenix. For lunch, I'm going to the moon. There, I will need my knife to cut some of that Swiss cheese and bring you some in the food container. Then, I'll go to the sun. I'll be the first human being who gets there. I'll need that sunscreen because I heard the sun can make your skin too hot. My last stop will be Saturn to marvel at its rings. I'll check it very closely. Maybe it has an extra one. Let me tell you a secret. I did my research and no one has a ring from Saturn. So it would be extra special just for you. After I finish my adventures, I'll head home. If I meet any aliens in their spaceships, I'll try to be friendly, but if they're hostile, I'll need my sword. You don't have to worry about me. As soon as I defeat them, I'll come home, give you the ring, and we'll chat. We'll look at all the pictures I took, and you'll drink your Milky Way coffee and eat your moon cheese. Okay, I better go and prepare my luggage now. It won't be long until I grow up, so it's better to do this now before I forget anything. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Megan McCart, and I'm in the kindergarten Smith Crew. The poem we will be presenting to you is called The Wise Old Owl, written by Leanne Gunther. The reason why I chose this poem is because it goes with our expedition about birds. I hope you enjoy. Once there was a wise old owl who lived up in a tree. He sat on a bridge to all the world he sees. He looked at a snake. He looked at a bee buzz. Sting. He looked at a mouse. Squeak, squeak, squeak. But he winked at me.
If anyone in this room wants to be a king or queen, maybe listen to the speech and then reconsider. Hello, my name is Wesley Cardell. I'm in 6th grade and I'm in the Charleston Crew. Today I'm going to be sharing a speech with you called The Royal Pain of Responsibility, written by Brandon Jamison. This speech goes along with our school's design principle, self-discovery, because it talks about a king discovering how hard it is to be king. I hope you enjoy it. Having royal blood is really a big pain. Trust me, I've seen very good sources on this. They all agree, being a king stinks royally. First off, there are the hours. Kings work all of them. If there's an emergency at night, be ready to go, because you're king. And for being war in the middle of the playoffs, tough. Kings don't get vacations, party breaks, or weekends. Instead, they get something else. Responsibility. Of all the things in the world that come close close to crapple clap nasty. Responsibility is the most terrible. It makes people eat salads instead of candy bars. It makes them go to bed early of their own free will. When you're trying to launch yourself to the air strapped to the back of a rocket-propelled plane, it's that blasted responsibility that wondered quite might not be good for your insurance premiums. I'm convinced that responsibility is some kind of psychological disease. I mean, what else would a brain malfunction cause someone to go jogging? The problem is, kings have the responsibility like nothing else. They're like deep, never-ending well of responsibility. And if you don't watch out, you may get tainted by them.
Our expedition has been on Shakespeare's Hamlet. We had to figure one of the supporting characters and write a song locally from their point of view. My name is Keaton Bennett, and I chose to write as Francisco, one of the guards who first sees the ghost of Harris' father ever see it all. I stand here, weary, weathered by time's hand, reflecting on the havoc that has occurred at wake of old King Hamlet's haunting ghoul encountered in the night. A specter bold. My heart aches for Prince Hamlet, who still hurts so deeply for his parted father's soul, and torment etched upon his sad face by a revelation of his uncle's rule. With time, I witnessed Hamlet's own despair. He fell into a madness, deep and dark, determined to revenge his father's threats. His path of vengeance led to a final sleep. Yes, in the sorrow and the heavy loss, I reached firmly for his hope and hold it tight. The justice will prevail, though Hamlet pays the price. Young fervor breath now leads our die is cast, and though my heart still aches with grief and woe, I'll serve no king, as though he were my first. I am at last my country's soldier. So in honor of good heavens, I'll endure.